Hey y'all, what the f is tea, bitches? Yes, we are back up in this gig, and I am super duper excited because, you know, when I fall asleep, I don't know where I go. I actually don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. None. Don't even know. So this, hopefully, my bitch Billie will give me an idea of where I go when I fall asleep. Alright, so let's get into this gig. So the album When We Fall Asleep came out, but I'm gonna let you know. I couldn't wait. And I listened to this album yesterday. Oh, but of course, you know I captured my genuine reaction, of course, like hello, like I captured it on my phone. It was spare of the moment. I just couldn't wait until I filmed and sit down and like do it, because I want like really more talk about it than like, you know, scream in your face, because it's really like a work of art, like it really is, honestly, truly. I'm just trying to figure out. I knew Billie Eilish, Bury a Friend was continued on another song. I knew. Like I said, I knew. My Lucifer is long. If you know that you don't own me. Bitch! Bad guy? Okay. Before we get deep into this gig, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and say. Go ahead and subscribe. If you've never seen this face, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zachary Campbell, and we do stuff like this all the time. Oh, it's a mess. It's a shit show over here. But I advise you to go ahead and subscribe if you are a shit show at home too. It works. I'm telling you, it works. We work. It's gonna work. Also, follow me on Instagram and find me on Twitter at Zach Campbell. And also, go ahead and sign up for the Tired Ass Podcast if you've not already. It's 5 doll hairs, and it's in the link below. Well, in the link below. It's in the link. It's a link in the description below, or press the join button. Yeah. All right, let's get to this gig. Let's see if Billie Eilish, When We All Fall Asleep, is a bop. Or a tired ass should never be reminded, girl, get off the shelves, nobody stream it, ass fly. To the left. I don't think she knows what that is, girl, because she is popping. This is popping. Let's get into this gig, girl. All right, so the first track on the album was just exclamation marks, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it's just an intro song. I mean, it's just her talking about, bitch, here's the album. Congratulations. You know, I finally get to release, because I didn't know this was her first album. I had no idea. Let me tell you, I thought that baby been out, she had projects, because, well, here's the thing. I knew that she had singles, but I see that some of the singles, like You Should See Me in the Crown, is on here. And I was like, oh. So basically she just had singles all this time, low key. Well, that's the key, because bitch, I could have sworn she was just sickening. And she had at least a piece of work out, maybe an EP. I don't even see an EP on here. Like, these are just sickening singles. When the Party's Over, Wish You Were Gay. I'm gonna tell you something. My favorite track so far, all off rip, is Bad Guy. I'm gonna tell you my favorite tracks all the way. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here real quick. I'm gonna get into Bad Guy. And then this other one, Ilomilo. Ilomilo. Does this stand for something that I need to know? Either way, this is very much a bop. Give me a second. the song Illy Mola, Illy Mililio.
Hey, so I found out that Illy Molo, if I'm saying it right still, it was a game that she used to play as a kid. Also, I also found out that this is a reference to Zanny and Bury Your Friend, because Zanny was about, obviously she don't want somebody to die from doing drugs and overdosing, and burying a friend is because she had to bury her close friend's XXX. So these things make sense now, but okay, I had to clarify. Okay, there you go.
I feel like this stands for something. I really think, but it's a continuation of Bury Your Friend, which, was low-key sentimental. It can be, it could be self-reflective and stuff like that. But I knew when I heard Bury a Friend at the end of the song, I said, this is a continuation. This song continues into something else on the album. You can tell the way, the pace, and it comes in like this. I also want to talk about this. I want to get into this real quick about Billie's style. If you didn't see my reaction video I did to her video for Bad Guy and her Jimmy Kimmel performance, you can go click on it somewhere. That went up before this. But, here's the thing. Her music, to me, I want to think why I was fascinated with her music. When I was a kid in the early 2000s, I was obsessed with this one band called The Prodigy. And The Prodigy, and I'm not saying she has she completely sounds like them. They have not completely different sounds, but it's two different sounds for sure. But it's the essence of the music that I like. If you know this band called The Prodigy, they have songs like Firestarter, Slap My Bitch Up, stuff like that. It's amazing. I found them through Charlie's Angels when I was a kid, and I was like, well, bitch, who is these people? But her music gives me reminiscence in the essence of The Prodigy, just as far as drum lines, bass lines, background vocal. Her vocal production sometimes can give me The Prodigy, just because it's soft-spoken. But see, what she has done is she has come and made her own sound to me. And it's like if The Prodigy had a baby with Lana Del Rey. That's how her music sounds to me. Just as far as the bass lines and then her melodic tones. Billie's melodic tones are very reminiscent to me of Lana, but her own it's still her own. Does it make sense? It's reminiscence of stuff, but she's made her own lane in a way. Honestly, she's made her own mark. Hey, come on, man. Love Zanny. Get into Zanny. I get into Zanny, but this is the thing. So I like Zanny. However, I was in a crossroads. So I was on this. I like that her album. You know what it reminds me of? If you think about Deep Sleep, and I don't know, this could just be my interpretation of the album. It's up for interpretation, but I feel like the way that the track list is set up, you know how when you first trying to go to sleep, your brain is still going, but you're still thinking and rumbling, which is why I think she has this in the beginning of the album. It's just this. And then, okay, we start off with Bad Guy. Okay, so I'm still thinking, I'm still going through sleep, and then you go into Zanny. Doing nothing. Start to center yourself. It reminds me, if you think of the title track, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And it's the way that this album is set up, at least the track listing to me, it's almost like you going into the deep sleep, you're going on a trip. You go into Zanny, then you go into You Should See Me in a Crown, which is, I forgot how much I love that song. All Good Girls Go to Hell is a bop. I didn't understand her at first, but then I get her. It reminds me of Gwen Stefani. let me blow your mind. It's Eve, but you know what I mean. Gwen Stefani's part. Like, it gives me that. It gives me like. So, as I'm going down the album and I'm going into this deep sleep, it feels like. Like, I feel like through, you know, my journey, it was like you said, you just saw my genuine, like first genuine reaction of the tracks, at least some of them. And the reason why I couldn't even finish before like recording it on my phone, this is one of these albums where you can't just listen. You have to like listen. Does that make sense? Like, you can't just like, oh, this is cute. You have to like, whoa, wait a minute now. Okay, now bitch, what are we doing now? What are we doing? What are we doing now? Like, what are we talking about? What's going on up at this gig? And when she got to listen before I go, when the album got to Listen Before I Go, like I said, it's like a trip to me. So you have to realize that's my interpretation. And it's like we were going down this rabbit hole. And this was like at my deep REM sleep to me. Like, this was at my deep REM sleep of my sleep. Or like if I was going to go to sleep, or if I was going through the brain of my brain when I'm going to sleep. And it's like, I'm in this different state of thought. And this is what Listen Before I Go gives me. So pretentious like you do. Save me. Then it goes to I Love You, and then she goes to Goodbye, and the Goodbye is like literally a 1 minute song, and it's just like that moment when you're like waking up from that dream and you're like, I wish I could remember that dream. That's what it feels like. Get into the harmonies. Get into the harmonies. Listen, you gotta get into the harmony. The harmony gives very much I'm waking up. It was like she played with her voice a lot on 8 too. Like a lot of, it's like this more babyish voice. Which was like, to me, it was like, are we entering like a different, what are we doing? Because like, okay, like I said, you have to pay attention to the placement. The placement of this album is intentional, in my mind. I could be wrong, but in my mind, this placement of this album is intentional. When the Party's Over, which is, we know we live for When the Party's Over. And now listen to this, how it goes into 8. Like, I just wasn't ready for that, but I lived. It takes from All Good Girls Go to Hell, Wish You Were Gay, When the Party's Over, and then it takes this shift to more of like, all right, bitch, let's go deeper. Let's go darker.
No, Billy, I haven't done that dance since my wife died.
Bass tones in the next part of the album change up. It gets darker. Oh, my string injection this was cut too. This was cut too.
Sorry. I think I was just relieved to see that Michael Scott was talking about.
Then it goes to Bury a Friend, and then the Ely Molio song, and then Listen Before I Go, and then I Love You, and Goodbye. So it's like, it gets those dark, it's like those dark nightmares-esque situations to me. Like, you go from falling to sleep, into almost a REM sleep, into a nightmare, and then you wake up. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. That's how I die next to this album, to me. So, yeah, that's what had happened. Overall, I have to give this album, I'm gonna give this album a total bop. I just like that for her first album, I guess this is her debut album, this is a beautiful piece of work, and it's so true to herself, and it's true to what she wanted to do. And I think this is sickening. It's a new sound. It's not a new sound, but it's new. It's out there. It's definitely new for mainstream pop, if that makes sense. And she's not necessarily even completely mainstream pop, but she can be. And I think that she has a spot, and I don't think she even wants it or a spot. I think that she's making her own staple in the music community and the music industry, so it's just refreshing. All right, Tiders, I love you guys for watching. As always, go ahead and watch more videos if you would like. If you ain't got nothing else to do, I'm sure you don't. Like, it's Saturday, like, you chilling.